Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try to figure out how to make it look like this and this and this. So what I've done is I have come up with some materials that I am hoping will be able to get us to that point. And I wanted to share those with you guys today and let you give me some feedback and see what you think. So here we go. Hi everybody. I thought it'd be a great time to do a board, a design board, and give you all a sneak peek at what the finished products are going to look like. We have researched and searched and found all the products that we like. We've looked for finishes, colors, tile, cabinets, all of those kinds of things for months now. And it's mostly, that's kind of my thing. You know, he builds things and I kind of figure out what it's supposed to look like in the end. So I'm open to suggestions if anybody has any. But I'm going to give you what I've come up with so far. So there's still time to change because it's not installed yet. But come next week, yeah, it's going to be too late. So if you guys have anything that you would love to add to this, please shoot me a message. That would be amazing. I love feedback. So I'm going to start with the color of the walls that we're going to use. So in a tiny house, everybody knows dark walls, they say, are not a good thing. I like dark walls. So what am I going to do in my tiny house? I'm going to combine really light walls with some depth to them, hopefully, and dark pieces. We have always been fans of hickory, which, if you all can tell, yes, I'm in the conversion trailer. We use hickory on the cabinets in here, and we really like the cabinets in here. But we didn't want to get too much wood in our tiny house. We didn't want it to feel rustic. We kind of like a little bit of a rustic modern touch to it, hence why we went with the black windows and the black panoramic doors. So for the walls, we came up with this, which you can kind of see the brush strokes in this. So what this actually is, it's a paint. It's called Limewash paint, and the product's from J&H Walls. These folks came up with VOC paint that does not stink. It is not harmful to you, and it is beautifully combined with colors, and they are all mineral colors. So the look of it is super natural, and I like that. And it's all matte. So one of the things in this process that we figured out was, I don't like gloss, I like matte. So pretty much everything that we have come up with is matte in our design. So we'll see how that works. But for the paint, here's how it worked. I took 107, and you can kind of see 107 along the edges here. I left it undone so you could kind of see what the bottom base looks like. First I primed it. Let me back up. I primed it with mineral primer, and then I came back and I put on the 107 on the base. And you can kind of see it coming through in certain spots. And you put it on at 100%. Then I came back in with 102, and I put the 102 over the top of it, and I diluted it by 50%. I just added water to it. Added water to it, got the big brush out, did a few strokes. It's not so easy on a small piece. Hopefully it'll be easier on a big piece. But I've spent years painting. So I'm really excited to get this particular paint on the walls. And like I said, it's a tiny house. The idea of having dark walls in a tiny house is kind of scary. You want it to feel open. You want it to feel not closed in on you. So I wanted to give the walls some dimension, but yet I wanted to keep them light. So that was my answer to it. I'm going to try some Limewash paint and give it a little bit of dimension by the undertones that come through with the brush strokes. And the overall color of it is pretty much white. Okay, so you see the dark here. That's a piece of alder. That is going to be the color of the trim. That is also the color of the kitchen cabinets. However, the fronts of all of the cabinets will be that. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that the walls were really light, because there again, that's kind of a dark, those are dark pieces going against a wall, and if the wall was dark, I don't think it would pop like I wanted it to. And the color that I needed for that came from figuring out what kind of color of the floor. So the color of the floor that we chose was natural. And those are Rubio Monocoat colors. And if you all have never tried Rubio Monocoat, you are missing out. That stuff is amazing. It has colors to it. I can't remember. There's 50 some colors, I believe. But those colors, you can order these little cute little samples. You can do your own sample board. You can figure out exactly what you want. You can even mix them. That's what I did. But that allows you to put one coat on the wood. So what they say is you take and sand the coat, 120, then you come back and you put the monocoat over the top of that. You let it set for 3 to 5 minutes and you wipe it off. I've done countertops in this, we've done wood floors in this, we've done cabinet repairs with it. I'm fixing to go stain a cabinet for my aunt with this. The beauty of it is you're not putting hundreds of coats of polyurethane on something, and it still breathes, and it works really well. You know how I know? Yeah, these countertops, they have Rubio Monocoat on them, and we eat off of these, we wash these down, we stack crap on them all day long, and they have held up beautifully. You can't tell one little spot on any of these countertops. And we've been in here for a couple years. So, well, a year now. Been in here a couple months. So here's the next set of colors that I used. I used the dark oak in combination, oh, you can't really see it, but this one is mahogany. So I did a two-tone on this one to make sure that the color was exactly what I was trying to match. And I think it's pretty close. I may still play with that one just a tad bit. I still have to stain all the cabinets, and I'm gonna stain the ceiling and of course all of the trim. So we may play with that one just a tad bit. Maybe not quite as much red, or maybe a little bit more. We haven't decided. But if you guys have comments or thoughts, please, please, please add them to this. I'd love to hear it. And then we go to the black. This is a Sherwin-Williams color. It's tricorn black. And that is the color that we're going to paint that French door that everybody keeps asking me about. Yeah, that's what color it's going to get. No, we're not going to leave it white. And the door also gets that color. Patch's door gets that color as well. So the fronts of the cabinets will be this black. The trim around the windows is this. The mantle or the fireplace wall gets this. Isn't that cool? This is a sample of the large porcelain panels. So these porcelain panels, these will go on the fireplace wall. They go on the floor in the bathroom. They go up the sides of the bump out in the bathroom. They go on the backsplash in the kitchen. So this is, oh, those are so pretty. And the best part about it is there's no grout lines. There'll be a few grout lines just because of the size of pieces, but for the most part, there's very, very few grout lines in this. And then we're gonna take and we're gonna pair this. It's called ribbon tile. And that ribbon tile is what goes in the bump out on the back. So remember the black windows back there? Those two black windows will be encased by this tile. And we're actually going to run it this way. The bathtub will set against this as well. So as you can see, we've had a lot of different ideas in our discovery of what we would like on the inside. Still a few things we're kind of up in the air about, but for the most part, I think we have it figured out. But I would love to hear any suggestions that you guys have. If you would love to enter into this process with us, we would like that a lot. Or if you have questions on any of these products, please put them in the comments or send us an email. We love emails. So for now, thanks for joining me. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye. I wanted to add one more thing about the large porcelain panels. Those panels are from Crossville, and if you are interested, if you get a hold of your local Pro Source, they are a good outlet for that, as well as getting a hold of Crossville Studios, and there's some all over the United States.